Hi, Phil Aston here from Loci Media in the far west of Cornwall. How often should you blog? That's a question I get asked hell of a lot, really. It's even a question I ask myself now a lot with the amount of websites that I have for my own business interests. But I think another way of looking at it is what kind of medium do you also want to use? Because there are so many options now. Are you going to use video? And if you are you going to go live? Or is it going to be pre-recorded? Should you be looking at podcasts? Everyone's talking about podcasts now. Should you be doing that as well? But again, what about my blog? What do I even put on my blog, and how often should I do it? I look at it slightly differently. I see it as one piece of content, one story that I want to put out. And I do choose video. I don't go live because to go live, really, I feel if you just randomly go live like on Facebook, I think that's an interruption. And though you might get some people looking at you, you'll end up saying, "Hi Jack, hi Sally, hi Jane, thanks for dropping by." And for anyone who's just joined that's quite irritating, to be honest. When you tune in to see someone's content, you just want the info, really. You don't necessarily want any preamble. Also, it's a major commitment to go live on a certain time every week. Say if you have a dental appointment or one of your cats are sick. So I would not necessarily do that. However, a pre-recorded video has many options, because that pre-recorded video can also be a podcast. You can also get it transcribed, and it is then your blog post. And you can decide then whether you're going to do this monthly, bi-weekly or weekly. And you can stick to that. And it's easy to do, because the key thing with anything like this, with content marketing, is to be consistent and turn up. These are the key things, really. So the search engines know there is fresh material coming onto the website, and your audience also knows to check in or sign up to your mailing list because they don't want to miss anything. Which comes to the second part. What do you talk about? And this is where a lot of people get hung up, thinking they've got to find this absolutely incredible piece of quality content. And maybe you do sometimes, and you have lots of engagement, and then you have a nightmare thinking, how the hell am I going to follow that up? So rather than get hung up on, being uber creative, why don't you document what you're doing? Throughout the working week, you're doing stuff. You're either doing work on projects, on clients, which you could talk a little bit about that. Maybe a problem's come up on one of the things, or you come up with a solution that could be taken out and talked about. Or maybe you've gone out for a walk and you've got inspired by something. That is also a blog post. A photograph and a few lines of text is a blog post. But the other way to look at it is, your website is your corporate culture of how you project yourself into the world. Your services are there, your about page, what you're about, it's all there, and it's kind of official. It's kind of wearing a business suit, of some kind, because that's a statement of fact. But your blog post is kind of the jeans and t-shirt version. It's kind of more chatty. It's meeting by the drinks machine. It's chatting about what you're up to. It's maybe talking about what music you're playing on in your home office, and bringing that into your client work. So rather than get hung up, which means that you'll miss a week because you couldn't think of anything because you kept putting it off, if you think of either Friday night or Monday mornings when your content goes out, you've got a whole week to make notes as little things come up on that Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and you put together a little story. And it doesn't have to be long. This video will probably end up being about 5 minutes, but it could be just 2 minutes. And then, as I said, transcribe it. It's a podcast. You can re-edit it, and you've got multiple uses of that content. So the key thing is turn up and be consistent, because if you don't do that, you're invisible. If you need any help with content marketing or setting up stuff like this, just let me know with the details below this video, and I'd be delighted to talk to you. Thanks very much.